Good morning. Okay, real quick, I'm just gonna make this louder, sorry. So real quick, I've been trying to taper off of my methadone for the last a little over a week now, and I've been using CBD oil to kind of like calm. I mean, I did a lot of research before I did this. A lot of people who get off methadone or taper off have used a CBD oil to come off of it. Kind of makes it a little easier on our bodies. So I haven't made many videos lately, and I really wanted to do like these unboxings, which I did, and then I realized that it was just not working out very well. And then and then I was gonna do a shit I bought this last week video, because I know people like to see that, and it was mostly makeup related and like self-care, skincare, things like that, and I just don't have the energy to do any of that lately. But I have been going to my group sessions, and I have been coaching, so just to keep my mind off of everything. I'm not trying to have it to the point where I'm constantly thinking about the tapering. I just feel like I've been on methadone for like 3.5 years, and I've been clean for a little over 2 of those years. So I just feel like, I've gotten to that point where I don't need to be on it anymore. I know everybody's different, and that's okay. For me personally, I was an emotional user, which means any feeling I didn't want to feel, I'm replacing it with drugs, anything. So fights with the husband, especially a lot of my codependency was like a trigger for my using as well. So I've worked on codependent, me being codependent. I have my feelings now, and I'm still super emotional. However, my 100th thought isn't even to go use to change how I feel. It's like not even on my radar at this point. And I'm not saying that it's never possible. Look, I still have drug dreams, and I still go through things like that, and I'm talking about using all the time because I coach, and I do support groups 3 times a week. So it is very much a part of my life still. But I don't have that urge, and I know a lot of it is because I am on methadone. However, I'm on a very small dose. I am on 30 milligrams, so it's not, like I'm really high up there, like 80s, 90s, 100s like I used to be, or like my husband used to be. So I just felt like it's time, especially me being a recovery coach. I kind of feel like being on methadone might take some opportunity away from me, and I don't want it to do that. So I'm not saying that it would, I'm just saying it's a possibility, and I don't want that to take away from this. This is my livelihood, helping other people. So if I've worked on myself, I've gotten to that point where I'm happy, I live a life that I'm proud of. I mean, I'm not perfect, life isn't perfect, it's never going to be perfect. I'm just happy where I'm at right now, and even so, there's still lots of room for improvement, and that's quite all right. I'm completely willing to change, to stay in the therapy, to continue working on myself regardless of being on methadone or not. That said, a lot of things that I have been noticing lately, being on Twitter, is that these influencers, these YouTube influencers, I gotta take this off of here because it's really killing me, the angle. Okay, so the YouTube influencers and basically anybody who has an influence on the younger crowd, or even my age crowd, 30s. I mean, I'm seeing these people putting up, now these people that I'm talking about specifically work with makeup lines such as Maybelline, L'Oreal, once worked with Jeffree Star Cosmetics, Morphe, I mean, everything. Any brand you could think of, any makeup brands, clothing brands, like, they work with these people. And these people are writing Twitter statuses saying things like, oh, my party was dope, we had this, that, and the other thing, and tons of illegal drugs. Oh, I love drugs. Drugs are awesome. Oh, I love getting high. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So then I'm looking on the comments of these people, and their followers are like, oh my God, that's awesome. I wish I was there. I wish I was invited. These are young children. These are teenagers. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then, okay, when it comes to somebody like Tana Mongeau, all right? Everybody knows Tana Mongeau, okay? Even my fucking old 35-year-old ass knows about Tana Mongeau. She is just a mess. She's dating Bella Thorne, which is absolutely nothing with that. However, if you look at Bella Thorne's Snapchats and her Twitter and her Instagrams, she's fucked up off heroin. And nobody's gonna tell me otherwise. I am a fucking recovering heroin addict. I know what the fuck I look like. I know what other heroin addicts look like. Nobody's gonna tell me that that lady is not on heroin. Period. Point blank. There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to discuss. She's on heroin. Okay? I see it written all over her face. I was there. I've been there, done that. So then you got, when I mention it online, or if I say things like, how are you going to, you know, sit there as a fucking influencer and promote illegal or even legal drug use? Like, how are you okay with that? Like, how are you fucking with that? And that you see these young girls and boys going, oh, yes, girl, yes, I'll get high with you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not talking about weed, okay? Look, I have a love-hate relationship with weed. It's not for me. CBD oil, absolutely, 100%. I have nothing to say bad about CBD oil. Let me tell you, whether it has THC in it or not, I find that the one with the THC works so much better than without it. I'm talking pain-wise, anxiety-wise. Like, it is a fucking lifesaver. No joke. And so I have nothing against that. Even weed, I really don't have anything against. Honestly, I know it's maybe sounds dumb to say, but like, if I ever caught my kids, any of my kids doing something, I would just pray it's not cigarettes. Yes, I smoke and I am trying to quit, and it's been a long time, and I kind of like fell off, and that's okay. Look, it's on me, but I'm trying. So if, God forbid, I ever caught my kids doing anything, I would just pray to God that it's not hard drugs and it's not cigarettes. If I ever caught my kids doing weed, yeah, maybe I would be angry because of how young they are and that their brains are still not fully developed yet. But when they get older, like, I'm not gonna be upset if they smoke once in a while. Like, if it's interfering with their life, yes, of course, I would just be, you know, trying to get them back on track. But, you know, I mean, I'd rather, it's stupid to say, like, it's on tape or whatever, I'd rather my kids smoke weed than I would cigarettes, like, if you understand what I'm saying. Now, I don't want them to, I'm just saying if those were the only two choices, whatever. But there will never be a day where I would ever get high with my kids, or that I would ever condone them getting high, period. CBD oil, something completely different in my eyes. I feel like it's a medical benefit. However, by the way, if anybody has ever, like me being on methadone, I've never had anything wrong with my teeth until the year after I started taking methadone. I mean, like, my back teeth crumble, and so I get this massive pain, like you would never ever experience in your life unless you've had a toothache. That can bring you to tears. Some CBD oil and it's gone. Like, I've never ever dealt with something like that before in my life that can take away that pain that quickly, especially that pain. Even painkillers don't take away that pain. So that said, anyway, my whole point was, like, just be a free fucking thinker. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't fucking follow or what we call standing these idiotic influencers. It's such bullshit. It is utter bullshit that they get away with promoting illegal drugs or whatever drug, promoting it like it's fucking cool to get high. Like, that's what you, I mean, like, you're living this, what we see as a glamorous lifestyle, and you're doing drugs. Like, why don't you fucking get up, show your fucking people what you look like when you get up in the morning. Like, come on now, let's be real. Show your fucking audience what drugs does to you. Like, so if you're gonna be open and honest about being a drug addict, which I was when I was on pills, I knew I was an addict, but I thought if I said it out loud and everybody knew about it, it wouldn't be a big deal. So that was my manipulating ways as an addict. So, like, show them how you feel before you take those drugs in the morning. Show them what you look like. Let's be real. If you're gonna be honest and open about being on drugs, let's talk about the fucking issues about drugs. Like, you could still be on drugs and tell people how terrible it is and be an example of how your life is fucking shit because you can't make a move without using. You ain't getting out of bed unless you pop some pills or snort a bag or shoot a bag of dope. Like, you're not getting out of fucking bed. Why don't you tell that story? If you're going to be useful as a human being, telling everybody that you're an addict, like, what are you trying to do? What are you doing? Are you trying to get other people to use drugs too? Like, what is going on? Like, what is really getting me so fucking mad, because these fucking idiotic YouTubers, and for the fact that YouTube works with these people and pays these motherfuckers to talk this way is just beyond fucking me. It is so fucking frustrating. Okay, like, I'm about to start a whole fucking shit over this because it really means a lot to me to try and end this stigma of methadone, and you got these motherfuckers over there keeping people on drugs or having them start drugs, showing drugs as some sort of glorious fucking thing, and it's not fucking glorious. Maybe it started out fun. It ain't fucking glorious when you're fucking shitting and throwing up at the same time. You feel like you got hit by a fucking Mack truck, like 10 Mack trucks, because you can't get anything. Well, your mind is working 24 hours when all you could think about is how you're getting your next fucking bag. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Even with all the money in the fucking world, if I had all the money in the world to keep those withdrawals at bay, I still wouldn't go back to using. I still wouldn't. Honestly, like, I love having a fucking clear head. I don't ever want to go back there and deal with any of those things that I've dealt with or be that person that I once was. Like, who strives for that shit? It's not cute. It's not pretty. It's literal shit. Like, shit life. You're useless, you're worthless, and that's how you feel, and that's what you're portraying to the fucking outside world, that you're just shit because you're not doing anything, and all that runs through your head 24/7 is how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna get the money for this, how am I gonna get the money for this. That's all it is. And it's like when you get on methadone or when you come off those drugs, it's like a fucking 10-ton weight lifted off your shoulders. Like, I don't have to worry about that anymore. And it's just like this fucking, it's a crazy feeling. Also, aside from YouTubers, aside from influencers of that nature, what about the music industry? Same shit. Now, obviously rappers have been rapping about weed forever and smoking and slinging dope and all this stuff. But now we got rappers these days actually saying that they're doing the hard drugs. Let's take, what's his name, for example. My kids fucking adore Juice WRLD. He is so fucking talented, and he's a free thinker, which is fucking awesome, but he's also promoting the fact that he's constantly using Percocets and Xanax and all this stuff, and he talks about how amazing drugs are. He's a fucking talented motherfucker. And then when you think of his song, Legends, first of all, that beat is fucking amazing. Second of all, his lyrics are fucking amazing. It's a free thinking song. But the problem with it is that in the song, he is singing about how, you know, all of the artists, all of these legends, supposed legends, are dying so young because of drug use. So why are you continuing that behavior? You said in the song, your head is foggy, you feel so confused. You know, I mean, like, this cruel, cold world, what is it coming to? This is all of your lyrics, Juice WRLD. Like, and you're sitting there knowing that people are dying from drugs, and yet you're promoting to my children, the children of a recovering addict, you're promoting to my children how amazing drugs make you feel. And that's how you deal with your emotions, is by popping pills and God knows what else. You're promoting that to my kids, my 9-year-old who adores you, my 12-year-old who's fucking in love with you. I don't blame her. You are a good-looking dude. But still, like, come on, cut me some fucking slack. Like, talk about how fucking horrible those side effects are. Talk about how fucking your body is breaking down because of the amount of drugs that you're doing. Like, if you're gonna be open about your fucking drug abuse, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the real fucking issue with these drugs and what they do to us mentally, physically, like emotionally. Like, come on, 35 years old I am, and in those years I've never once ever thought about suicide until I was on cocaine. Like, that's how fucked up. I mean, come on, I always had emotional problems, but I never once thought of suicide until I started using cocaine. And then I started getting, like, to the point where, yeah, I'm holding this knife up to my wrist, and I was too fucking scared to do it. Thank God. Really. Thank God for that fear, that the cocaine didn't block that fear, because I wouldn't be here to be saying any of this. Like, I'm just so frustrated and annoyed, and I don't want to say, like, hurt. It is hurtful. It's hurtful that these people are saying and doing these things, like, to my children. Subliminal messages, subconscious messages, like, you're doing, like, what are you doing to our kids, man? Like, you know this music industry is fucked up. But there have been successful people who didn't sell out or sell their souls to the devil for fame, and have been successful. I mean, like, look, would you really, like, want to live a life like Michael Jackson? Look how much pain he was in. Look how much shit happened to him because of who he was. I mean, he's a perfect example of they're out to get you. I mean, they literally turned the whole world against him because, you know, he was a free thinker. And that's what scares me about this world. Everybody is like sheep, and you can say no, 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 no all you want, but think about this. Fucking your actions, you do or don't do based on what society tells you is okay. And don't tell me you don't. That's a crock of shit. Because in every other country in the world, I mean, aside from Western civilization, if you go over there, nobody's worried about what their neighbor is thinking. Like, nobody's worried about, oh, should I be doing this? Like, they just do what they have to do. Like, society doesn't rule their brains. Like, their actions, like anything. I mean, it's just bonkers that we are supposedly the most freest country, freest civilization in the world, in the history of the fucking world. And we base our actions or reactions or whatever off of what fucking Susie down the block thinks. In any situation, if you ever stop to think before you've done something, how it's going to make you look, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Society rules our brains. And it's just so disgusting that mothers are breaking each other down trying to be up on their fucking pedestal like they're better. When, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like, what are we living in, fucking Pleasantville? You know, people fucking make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. I don't care how fucking perfect you think you are. Everybody makes mistakes. And that's why when people do things and you look at them like, oh my God, you piece of shit, you better start thinking about the shit that you've done over the last fucking few decades. And remember that you've been there, or you've done something where everybody fucking was getting all over you about it, but you did what you had to do, or maybe you made a mistake, or maybe you were under the influence of something and you didn't realize how bad it was. Like, think about this. Sometimes we say stuff in our head, and then when we say it out loud, you like sound crazy. Okay? Like, it's the same thing with society. Like, you know, you do things within your family. The minute you step outside your house and do it, everybody's fucking jumping on you, telling you how crazy you are. Anybody who's a free thinker is told they're fucking crazy. I mean, how do you not see that? Like, you live this life every single day. Okay, I'm seriously going off topic right now, but I'm just telling you, let's put it like this. Shit ain't always as it seems. Obviously, if you don't know that by your age right now, then there's something wrong. Shit is never how it seems, especially in the media, especially on TV, especially on fucking YouTube. Think about, why would they be promoting their fucking drugs on YouTube? Why would they be promoting drugs as part of their glorious lifestyle? Why? Because there's a fucking motive behind it. Because we are affected by what society thinks. Are they trying to normalize it? Like, are they numbing us to this? Like, desensitizing, actually, is what I'm trying to say, to these hardcore fucking drugs, where there's, in this world right now, there's such a huge fucking epidemic for heroin, for cocaine, for fentanyl. It's like, it's unfucking real. It is unreal. So of all these things that I've touched on today, it's just like, you really need to think about this shit. Any free thinker that was in the media, any free thinker that was a celebrity, they're either blackballed from the entertainment business. People tell them they're crazy. You're Jim Carrey, for example. Everybody loved him. Everybody loved him when he was on drugs. Everybody loved, what's his name, from SNL. All of them. All of the old SNL people. They were, those people that all passed away, they were all on drugs. Most of them were on drugs. Everybody loved them. And then when they come off, it's like, fuck you, you know? Like, you're crazy. Now you're crazy. Look at Eminem. He was a fucking amazing rapper. All of a sudden he's off drugs. Nobody even talks about him anymore. It's like, and now he's crazy. Jim Carrey's crazy. Everybody's fucking crazy. Ask yourself why so many celebrities commit suicide. Why so many musicians die at the age of 27? Look, there's a lot to think about. Being a free thinker is fucking scary. So I can imagine why nobody would want to do it. But it adds more stress on you as a person. And, you know, things happen to people. Why do you think that every time somebody who worked for the government previously comes out of the government and starts talking shit, either they die or people call them crazy and nobody listens? Like, come on. Like, come the fuck on. It's right in front of your fucking face. It's right in front of your face. Anyway, flat earthers, another one. Everybody's so quick to fucking tell them they're crazy, but you never stop to actually think about why. Ask them why they feel that way. Ask them what evidence they have. Sit down with a real flat earther. A real flat earther. Somebody who's been studying this for a very long time. Strong personality. Ask them why they feel that way. Sit down and listen to them. Why not? What are you going to lose? What are you going to lose by sitting down and listening to somebody's other perspective? Are you that insecure? That's like people who won't even take the time to read somebody else's religion or to talk about somebody else's religion. If anything, even, I mean, if you're that much into your own religion, no book is going to make you go in their direction or stray you from your beliefs. But you won't, because you know that it's scary. It's scary because you know eventually you might actually like this. Something else other than society and the norm might make sense to you. That said, I'm out of here. And if you have any questions, hit me up. Seriously. Think about other people's perspectives. Listen to them. Listen to other people's perspectives. If anything, it brings you an education. Talk to you later.